Ruby will be singing in 5 minutes. Can I take your order?
I'll just have a beer, thanks.
Very good.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Flashlight Club. I am your host, Mr. Rocco Capamezzo. I welcome everyone here tonight, especially my dear friends from Northern Boydsville. Welcome, dear friends. We have a very special guest here tonight. Another dear friend of mine, Mr. Ace Club. Welcome to an amazing show. What we have in store for you tonight is a spectacle unlike anything you have ever witnessed in your lives. We have one and only one performer here tonight, Miss Ruby Wadsworth. Oh, for sure you know her, my dear friends. She was in the Eldridge Junior High School production of Midgets on Ice. Oh, and what a performance that was. So without any further ado, I bring to you tonight the one, the only, Miss Ruby Wadsworth. Ruby, come on out. Oh, yes, my dear.
I know you're ready. But are you? Is anybody ever ready for the power of men? They asked me how I knew my true love was true. Why, of course, replied something here inside cannot be denied. They said someday we'll find all who love are blind.
Do it for me.
When the loving flame dies, you must realize.
Can you believe it?
Does anybody have a birthday in the house tomorrow night? Next week? This month! Somebody has to be this month! Oh, wonderful! I'm gonna give you the best birthday present you've ever had. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday.
That's the ticket.
To you. Oh, you're so mean, dear. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see, what else did I do? I saw the birds. The birds were tweeting. A rocket rabbit. What else did I see? I saw trees. I saw a tree. It spoke to me. And I was admiring the beautiful sky and the beautiful roses and the smell. Smell with me. It's beautiful. Wonderful day I had today, and wonderful day you all had seeing me right here. Smell the whippy, honey. Everything's coming up. Roses. The smell. You'll be swell. You'll be great. Rocket rabbit, treat, treat, treat. Gonna have the whole world on a plate. Starting here, starting now. My friends, for my 40th and final performance of the evening, I'm so sorry to say, but yes, this is the end. So long. Farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. I hate to go. I want to drink champagne. Oh yes, goodbye, goodbye.
Ruby, my dear, if you would cease with your feminine pampering for just a moment, we have a special person who would like to have a conversation with you.
Where does a musician who grew up in New York City sing like an Oldsmobile, pretending to be a Lincoln? What do you want from me, kid? You want me to look straight ahead? You want me to look away? You want me to look surprised? You want me to look nonchalant? You want me to look interested? Come on, Ruby, you're BSing me.
Mr. Club, I'm trying to balance my work and my relationships, and I think I'm failing miserably. But let's not go down that path. It's not cool. If only my fans knew the trouble I go through for them. It's all for them, you know. It's their love for me. Otherwise, what would be the point? But let's not forget the music. My first and greatest love. Except for me, of course. That's not conceit. This is art. Why do you look at me that way?
You remind me of a penguin with a cigar.
I've heard that many times. Possibly it's true. More than likely it's not.
It's only gonna get rougher, kid. Some endeavors are so lucrative, there's no need for anyone to get possessive or grabby.
Stop it!
Ruby, you're like a broom that swept up the floor of the Queen Street Social Club with a zest that would have been funny if it hadn't have been so terrifying.
You call it the way it is. I respect that. But I'm a huge star. A tiger. Just ask the 3 or 4 people who are out there to see me tonight. How dare you attack me with such impudence? What are you really getting at?
You see, I know a thing or two about cats, kid.
How dare you! I'm not like that woman Chelsea. I don't go spilling my secrets to strangers. I'm not like that.
Enough! Now this can be easy or hard. Where's the mackerel hiding?
I'm afraid I can't tell you that, Mr. Club. Don't ask me. I am not capable of that kind of betrayal. That family has so many skeletons in the closet, they can't shut the door.
Sing, kid. That's what you're good at. Spill like a broken water seal or a groin sprain. Something like that. If I don't go away in a couple of weeks, call a specialist. But it's nothing urgent. Now confess everything. It has to come out now.
How much am I supposed to take? You're ruthless. You'll find him at the beach. Field 3, 25 feet from the water, slightly bent from the hip. Or maybe he went home by now. Straight into the arms of his beloved Chelsea. Get her to say his name, and she'll fall apart. Then you'll know everything.
You're playing my song, kid.
It's what I do.
No more games, baby.
I don't know what you're talking about. If you had a problem with me, just say it as it is. I assume Ruby blamed me as usual. She's always been jealous of me and my beautiful singing voice. Allow me to demonstrate. Fa la 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 la.
Listen, girl. The trail leads to you like an arrow painted on the side of a mindless old lady.
I resent that, Mr. Club. I'm the one that sent you to Ruby. Why would you listen to her instead of me? Grandfather? Don't just sit there.
You feel that I'm being patronizing, don't you?
You were seen with a man who reminded other people of the Sheik.
Lots of people look like the Sheik. Just because my husband treated me badly and ignored me doesn't mean that I went out with his loving, caring brother whose passion for me ran larger than the national debt.
I'm guessing that you had a taste of the good life, like a rare fancy for a hair gel.
Who doesn't feel that way?
So you were dumped, and brother shows up and life goes on. Hey, baby.
Oh, this is a very slippery slope you're going down, Mr. Club. I'm so worried about you. I think you need a hug.
Stay away. Just had my shoes pressed.
So I see. But I sense you need something from me. I know what it is, but I can't say. I beg you, I don't remember.
I have difficulty remembering what I was like during summer. Pardon me.
What's his name?
I can't.
What's his name?
Stop it! Grandfather! Don't just sit there like a dead llama.
May I buy you one, or will it alter your growth?
This is no time for panic!
What's his name?
Holy mackerel, you are persistent!
Holy mackerel! Of course!
You tricked me! What I meant to say...
No need to lie further, baby. I see the sand.
Sand? What sand?
Sand all over the floor. I'm an expert on sand. This is from the Rolanda Beach area, an area called North Beach. That's where I'll find him.
This is all about the man coming down on us!
You are too clever. But you will never find him, for he is a master of disguise.
No disguise can fool me, I dare say. I can't help it. It's the way I'm made. So long, baby. My car died like an odd sort of compliment, but nothing would stop me now. A car was unimportant, the telephone book was. My heart raced, like a ruby floodwater across the grazing grounds of an office window. It took me 3 days to walk a quarter mile to the beach. But finally, I spotted my quarry. Its disguise made it blend in with the environment. But my trained eye can't be fooled. I made my move. Holy mackerel! I finally found you! Is that really your name? What were you thinking?
Let me give you a lesson in civility.
You know what I'm here for.
And who are you?
Ace Club Private Detective.
Who?
You know who I am. Ace Club Private Detective.
Ah, that explains how you saw through my very clever and expensive disguise. I had no idea it would be you, Mr. Club. Yes, I've heard of you. And yes, you are the best, but the rumor was you had retired.
Well, anyway, you know what I'm here for.
No, you cannot have the item. Who have you been talking to?
I talked to Cheshire Cat.
Cheshire! I cannot believe you've talked to her.
Cat's out of the bag.
That damn woman. Kit-catting by the caddis of the cats. Well, don't think you can intimidate me. I have the item. Cleverly disguised in this Christmas bag. Didn't think I'd use it in July, did you?
Give it a phone book.
Mr. Club, you cannot intimidate me with your weapons of war.
Why not?
Well, I just don't scare easy, you know.
Oh.
It's, you know. Yeah. The item is this: the telephone book of Padadapapor. As you know, I am related to the Sheik through bloodlines that run long and deep. You see, Cheshire and I were in love. We were to be married, except my brother, the Sheik, was in the way. Now, give me a minute here. My moment. We were in love, two mad kids romping about the landscape. Lustful, happy, free of disease, that is. And I realized one day she told me about the telephone book. With all by stealing his book, all his friends, and then selling it back to him for $100 billion. I was going to open up a chain of restaurants. Cheshire ruined his friends. Call them. Yes, my name is good stuff. Yes, everything that he sought. Don't leave me now. Getting to the crux of the story. It all went south when I hit her and rendezvoused with Chelsea. It all went south when I hit her. Come back, Cheshire. It's July. She gave me the book. Don't leave me now. Cheshire. I'll go with the crux of the story. And then I gave her. This is good stuff. Mr.
I said,
Club,
baby,
very
play
good
it
stuff.
cool.
Dick
Cool,
was on
baby.
my trail. Despite the fact that it's July, play it cool.
I've heard it all before.
And now it comes to this. I have something else in this bag that you might find interesting. Ice front! Now you may look. I'm not afraid to use it. Not afraid at all. I'm going to shoot you, Mr. Club. Shoot you till you die.
It doesn't matter.
Why?
I've been wounded so many times I got metal all over the place. Watch.
Stop! Hold! Hold!
Hang on a second.
Sure? Very dramatic! That was a very, very impressive demonstration, Mr. Club. I can see that you're no one to trifle with. One move, and the book gets it.
That's a new one.
I'm very clever, Mr. Club. Cheap! Cheap shot! I still got the book, though. What do you say to that?
What's that?
Mr. Club! Come back here! Come back! Give my hat! My hat! Ow! My hat! Wow! You'll never get away with this, Mr. Club! Never! Never! Where'd he go? He got away! I'll have to use my plan B. Cuba!
I watched him leave, and I felt a specific, extravagant thought. A clever man like me, who had absorbed the abilities of a national character, felt a contradiction of kindness and compassion, and a willing submission to laws. And yet, solving this case became my only concern, like a deeply rooted sexual urge, or a series of unrestrained hiccups. What the hell did I just think? Come on in, Sheik.
Mr. Club, I cannot tell you how excited I am. I got your message. Have you found the item?
Yeah, you could say that.
Then you met my brother, Holy Mackerel.
Oh yeah, weird one.
Well, he is a member of the Badabadapore family. Well, let us see it then.
Sure, but it's not a telephone book.
It's not a phone book.
It's an owner's manual for a 1992 Mercury Cougar.
Very clever, Mr. Club. What gave it away?
It says so right on the front.
Oh, you are good, Mr. Club. I shouldn't have underestimated you. I take it you know where the real telephone book is, then.
Yes, it would be that enormous bulge underneath your shirt.
Mr. Club, I underestimated you again. You are right, of course. The telephone book of Badabadapore. Beautiful, isn't it?
It's very pretty.
It's got names, numbers.
Lots of them.
Correct. I suppose you know the whole story, Mr. Club.
Why don't you fill me in?
In my own words, eh?
Yeah, in your own words.
Mr. Club, no need to be dramatic and heavy-handed with me, I'll tell you. You see, my brother Holy Mackerel was having an affair with my almost wife, Chelsea. I knew about it, of course, but I turned a blind eye. I have a stigmatism, over. Anyway, despite my generosity, my brother was deeply jealous. I was several $billion richer than him, and you can understand the public humility. Mr. Club, My brother and Chelsea plotted to blackmail me to get my money. The telephone book was the link. If they owned the book, I would be publicly humiliated. They'd have all the names of my contacts, my social calls. I had my nail appointment on Thursday. You know how it is. I got to keep up appearances. When I kicked Chelsea out for her illegal love affairs and extravagant course, I may say, she spent $1.95 on soda. Oh, God. Well, that was the last straw. Anyway, I switched the telephone book with that very clever simulation. She stole the telephone book, and I came to see you, Mr. Clubb, for I knew that if you solved the case, my brother would be publicly humiliated, and a public humiliation would only lead to one thing. Public humiliation. He'd have no choice but to back down from his position of blackmailing me. I look good, he looks bad. Very clever of me, huh, Mr. Clubb?
Absolutely a genius.
I suppose you knew the truth the whole time?
Actually, I had no clue until you just told me.
Oh, Mr. Clubb, don't toy with me. Yes, I deceived you, but you don't need to rub salt in my wounds.
I don't know what to say. Why not?
You Americans are so brusque and brutal. I kind of like it. As a reward for you, I shall inscribe your name into the book. As a matter of fact, I shall make it the first name.
Shouldn't it be in alphabetical order?
Of course, Mr. Clubb. That's why you'll be first. Is there anything else I can do for you, Mr. Clubb?
Yeah, you can pay my bill.
I don't have any cash on me. I am only a billionaire, but I shall send you a check, Mr. Clubb. Where should we make it out to?
Ace Club, private detective.
Right, of course, Mr. Clubb. You'll get my check. It's in the mail. Mr. Clubb, may I have the other item back, please?
Why not? You paid for it.
Well, not yet. The gratitude of my family knows no bounds. But is there anything else I can do for you, Mr. Clubb?
No.
Mr. Clubb, before I leave you, I'd like to point out something.
And that would be...
I believe there is a greater lesson to be learned from this terrible, sordid case. Mr. Clubb, your genius, your unparalleled skill, your ability to solve anything surely proves one thing.
Which is?
Mr. Clubb, what can retirement offer you that someone like me cannot?
Oh, let's see. Golfing, drinking, fishing, drinking, dancing, drinking, women, drinking. Did I mention drinking?
But you prefer all that over skullduggery, crawling around in alleyways, dealing with the vermin and scum of the earth?
Boy, you really sure know how to put a positive spin on things. Yes.
Very well, Mr. Clubb, I cannot force you. I can only mourn the loss of a great man such as yourself. My family is eternally grateful. Padabadapor is at your disposal, Mr. Clubb.
Oh, that's very nice. You got any good fishing spots?
Oh, we have many. We live in a desert. Good luck, Mr. Clubb.
Thank you.
Look me up. I know where to call you. Goodbye.
Bye. See ya.
Howdy, Ace. Find your telephone book.
I'll tell you this, Mr. Slocum. I didn't do this job for the money. I did it to prove something.
What was that?
That I can now retire, having exceeded my expectations. I'm like a piece of bread and a sandwich of life. Freely reserving the right to absorb my patience in leisurely activities.
You really retiring?
Yep. But I might come back one day if I'm needed.
Where can I find you?
Look me up. I'm in the phone book.
What I need is a rest. As long as things went smoothly, I have no quarrel with the divine plan. But when something like this occurred, I've forgotten all the prayers I knew, like a self-conscious manager with a prominent Adam's apple.
Don't deceive me. Please don't leave me. What would I do without you to see me through? If you leave me, then you grieve me. What would I do without you to see me through? What would I do? And I wanna know, what would I do? Lord, where would I go? And how you please me when you squeeze me. And what would I do without you to see me through? What would I do? Lord, I wanna know. What would I do? And where would I go? Don't you know that I'm crazy about my baby? What would I do without you to see me through? Oh.